guys, so obviously in the last video, if you guys noticed, I did that one last bunny hop that was really bad. Landed on my front wheel, bars jerked forward really hard, made them go straight. One, that can be bad for your bars, it can also be bad for your clamp. So always make sure that whenever I guess did not tighten it tight enough. Always make sure that you're tightening your bolts tight enough. Don't tighten them too much to where they strip, then you can't get them out, hard to get them out. But no matter what you do, skateboard, scooter, BMX, anything, always make sure that everything's worked up. Clearly, I just made that mistake, but always make sure everything's tight. Always make sure if something's wrong, don't keep riding it. Fix it, no matter what you gotta do. Obviously, don't buy cheap parts. I've done that before too. It don't work very well.
And don't buy a Walmart bike either.
Don't buy a Walmart bike. This is a mid bike. Cam's bike is also, it's a little bit better, but it's a little bit more than mid, but just don't buy Walmart bikes and always check everything. Make sure everything's intact. I always make sure my tires got the right amount of air before I go out. Every time I leave my house. You don't really have to worry about the seat, but obviously keep that tight. You never know whenever you just need to actually sit down on it, even though you're not really sitting down much when it comes to BMXing. But you don't want to sit down, the whole thing just slap down. But obviously, whenever it comes to BMXing, just to make the bike look right and feel right, so that way the seat doesn't get in your way, don't keep it all the way up here. Like, just don't. I only like mine here, because sometimes I do sit down. Even when I sit down, I don't sit down for long. Maybe just get your stamina refilled, get a breather, and get back to riding. But just gotta be clear with y'all. Don't want to make anything sound bad. Always check it, your bolts and everything. Make sure everything's clear, everything's tight. But yeah.
We just want y'all to be safe.
Get back out there, keep on riding. But just want to end the video there. So bye, peace.
We're gonna be riding at our area. So let's get to it. No hands, by the way. Alright guys, so let's do a wheelie. That was pretty decent, not the best, not the best. No. Alright, do another one. That one was pretty bad. Everybody can do this. I just gotta quit leaning forward and I gotta pedal more. See, like, that one wasn't that good, but you don't want to lean all the way back, because if you lean all the way back, the wheelie will obviously overflow and you'll
Loop out.
Yeah. But you don't want to lean too forward, because that's how you're gonna go. Like that. So
You know what we call that? We call that the Logan wheelie.
Oh!
That was high.
Everybody can do no hands. So, all right. So. Those things are there. That was nice. Oh, guys, there's a little pothole right here. Little pothole. A little station wagon. Pretty cool. Oh, and there's a jump spot. Oh, jump spot over there where we're gonna do some clips. Should be set.
Too much. Obviously, that's not a bad thing. Overcommitting is also not a bad thing. It just means that you well committed and you tried. Just get back up, keep trying.
thing you don't want is with your brakes. You want your brakes perfectly like this. You don't want them too loose to where you pull them back and you go faster, basically. And you also don't want them to where you tap them. You don't want them to where you tap them and you go.
You want your brakes to where they're easy to pull, and then you slow down decently slow. But not incredibly fast, but not like to where you pull them and then you actually go like faster. You just want to hit them, and then they're just going here. Let me give you an explanation of how I like it. Just about like that, but you should also know when to start slowing down. Now, obviously, I could always tighten mine a little bit, but I like them to where I'm at, to where if I accidentally do end up tapping them in the air, it's not just going to jerk me. But always just don't keep them all the way tight. That's how you end up getting into more of an accident than you would do if you just didn't stop at all. Like, because if you have a front brake, nobody likes front brakes. You hit a front brake, you're just going straight forward. And that's honestly, I had a friend that did that once, and he did not end up doing so well. He broke his pinky, and half of his face was just scuffed off. So, always stay safe, and don't keep your brakes too tight. That's the one thing I have.
You do actually want your brakes in this Goldilocks zone, like that. And you don't want them to the point where, again, you don't want them to the point where you tap them like not even an inch and they go woo! And you don't want them so loose that you
They just don't even work.
Yeah, you don't want them.
They'd be better off just not even being there. And as you can see, Cam just likes to break his bike.
That was it for today, guys. Again, this is Reckless Rides Outdoors manager, and I am the guy that does stuff.